neither film glamorizes killing. People suffer, bleed, and die. Bystanders get caught in the crossfire. Violence is Macaulay's crew. They're thieves in the digital age, and to James Caan, obviously, they're thieves in the 19th century. Both are about the death of an old way of life. So they're both about change, right? So the fact that they can't adapt to an ever-changing landscape, and they could only do what they're doing. And the same thing happens with the Heat. They can't adapt to the times, especially with the convict who comes out and he's got a second chance at life, working in the restaurant, and he can't do it. And the same with this lot. And the main comparison is what you see when they're with their partners and families, where there's that period where they've robbed the train, and now they all settle down, and then you just see it falling apart over time, especially Jesse James's brother, Frank James, where he really wanted the girl, he married her in the end, and then you just see them distance, and they just said, well, this is not going to work. And it's the same with in Heat, because they're so married to their craft, they just can't commit to their other halves, like the James Younger gang. And that's the major comparison between them.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you see the comparisons now? Or
I can see some. I think I can see what you're doing there.
so, like, even like Dennis Quaid's character, the fact the opening scene, they get rid of him. The raid goes wrong, and then they just get rid of him. Same with in Heat. What's his name?
The guy with the long hair.
The one with long hair. Well,
Yeah.
but so because of that, I actually thought that the Dennis Quaid character was gonna come back to like kill him off, but he didn't, and that's what I really liked. Where they tried to buy him, and he just said, "No, why should I do that? Jesse James will probably pay me more. I'm just gonna sit out this next 6 months." Even though he had even more of an incentive to do it, since the younger brother takes his fiance, and he could have done it, and it's all leading that way, but he chooses not to.
Yeah,
And then there's
I thought
like the raid.
that was pretty cold of her, to be fair. Really? Yeah, she just ditched him, and she just like that. Yeah.
Well, no. She always wanted him in the beginning, that other guy.
But no, the only flaw, the slight flaw, was that in Heat, the driver, it's very, very clear his motivation is to get paid. You know what I mean? It's very clear that I don't think it was the addiction to the chase. I think, yes, it is. You can say that for De Niro's character. These guys have already got money, and they're addicted to the chase. And then, even at the end, where he says to Matey Boy, I forget the names of the characters, but Matey Boy, he says to him, "Look, you don't have to do this. Like, you're doing well. You've got houses, you've got property, you've got money. You don't have to do this." But he says, "No, I'm all in." He enjoys it. He enjoys doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I understand it with those guys, but with the driver, that was a split-second decision. Do you want to make some money or not?
Yeah,
remember the drill. You know what I mean? I think for him the motivation is money, which you can then link to these guys because he was desperate.
You say money. But you say he was desperate and all that, but you see that build up when he ditches his job, and it's a man who can't adapt to the lifestyle that's just been forced on him, right? I get it, you're saying like this is the driver, but I think it's half and half. It's like he just needed that incentive, and the incentive is the money, but he just wanted to get back to that old lifestyle.